These cameras set up to record not only the number of bears, but which bears do show up. I like to just familiarize myself with who's visiting me when I'm not around. Part of coexisting with bears is also understanding that you don't want to be friends with them. They're not pets, they're wild animals. If they come too close to the yard, I do take steps to discourage their behavior.
El bosque está frente a la casa de Dave. Prince George se ha desarrollado entre vida silvestre, en el centro de Columbia Británica. En esta provincia de la costa oeste de Canadá viven 140.000 osos negros. No más que antes, pero cada vez hay más habitantes frente a ellos.
There are some in the population that look at them as being vermin. Their only solution is to kill the bear, is to eliminate the threat. We reduce the level of fear with knowledge. So respect and knowledge hopefully is starting to replace the level of fear that a lot of people have. If we take a little bit of time to understand how easy it is to coexist, it's really not all that hard to do. 3 simple little words: no food, no conflict, no threat. And it's just that simple. If you don't want bears in your neighborhood, don't feed them.
Los osos tienen el sentido del olfato muy desarrollado y les atrae la basura.
Heard something, I looked over and the bear was about 15 feet away and he was big. We don't have a garage, so our garbage is kept outside and the kids forgot to secure it properly, so the bear got into it.
Holy shit. You gotta go.
Las visitas de los osos en la ciudad se intensifican en otoño, cuando necesitan acumular reservas para el invierno. Su ingenio fascina en las redes sociales.
Oh my god. Come here.
Aislinn es voluntaria en una asociación de Prince George que promueve la coexistencia con los osos. Va de puerta en puerta animando a los vecinos a eliminar cualquier olor que pueda atraerlos.
How do you pronounce your name again?
It's like Ashleen.
Ashleen.
Yep.
Ashleen, okay.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too, Ashleen.
Have you guys had any issues with bears here at all?
We've had bears. We see bears all the time, but we haven't had any problems with them because, you know, we've learned over time because, you know, we hide our garbage, we make sure it's secure, we don't have any food on the grass.
Another solution we give people is to freeze like really smelly attractants like meat and those sorts of things, and then on garbage day you can take it out.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Hi, how's it going?
Good.
You have any problem bears in the area that you'd like to talk about?
Well, they come around about 2 nights a week.
Yeah.
And they'll get into your garbage, but I keep mine strapped, so.
Oh, perfect.
But they still get into it.
Oh, do they?
Here's a picture of a bear. He's dining in my garbage can.
Oh my gosh.
They make a mess.
Yes.
One could run around the corner and scare the heck out of me.
Yeah, absolutely,
you know?
Yeah.
But I don't think they're dangerous to humans.
I would just like chill.
El comportamiento de los osos negros varía según la actitud de la persona. Si los habitantes tienen miedo, llaman a la Oficina de Conservación Natural. Si el oso es considerado una amenaza, entonces lo matan. Este refugio, frente a la montaña de Hudson Bay, acoge osetnos huérfanos menores de 1 año. Angélica y su marido, alemanes, lo crearon hace más de 30 años.
We envisioned the shelter to be here for those accidental footprints that we leave on wildlife. And instead we are doing a lot of work on animals that didn't need to be here if people would have just been a little bit more cautious and understanding.
Estos osetnos llegaron hace 2 días y están en cuarentena.
A lot of these bears, cubs that we have right now, wouldn't be here if people hadn't managed attractants. Apple trees in particular get planted all the time because they bloom so nicely in the spring, but they bring the bear into town in fall, and then they're upset that the bear is there. Well, we're in bear territory, we're taking their home away, and then we're putting some food out for them in form of trees. What do people expect will happen? Really, people need to understand that it starts by picking their apples or cutting down the tree, but if the garbage then is unsecured, then they find a new food source, and that's unlimited. And then they don't leave, and then they get protective of their food sources and aggressive towards people, and then they get killed. So.
Solo unos pocos cuidadores se acercan a los osos. Los voluntarios que se encargan de recoger la comida necesaria nunca los verán.
Lots of cleaning, lots of poop cleaning. That's our glamorous job. And that's brought up a lot by opponents. Say, well, if you feed them, then they will come to humans and so on. We haven't seen that over the 34 years, and why would it happen now? We train them not to like people, because you came with us and you've seen how they reacted at the beginning and went, oh, we don't know them. And they were all up on the platform and looking down at us because they don't know you and you're not supposed to be there. It's exactly the behavior we want to see. Not of these, not of this. So we're collecting these evergreens so that the bears have something to do. They can hone their climbing skills, be entertained and not bored. We're trying to support them in getting to an age where they can successfully look after themselves. Can bears and human cohabitate? I think after 34 years, I've become a little bit jaded there. I used to believe, and I know in theory it's possible, but it just seems to me that there's too many humans who just don't care. I think it's going to be a long fight, and it's going to be costly.
En la isla de Vancouver, situada en el extremo suroeste de Canadá, la pequeña ciudad de Tofino ha decidido hacer todo lo posible para convivir en perfecta armonía con los 100 osos que la rodean. Ninguno debe ser abatido por negligencia humana. El objetivo es ambicioso, pero ¿cómo lograrlo cuando se espera que 1 millón de turistas visiten la isla cada año? En barco es fácil canalizar su interés por los osos. En tierra firme es otra historia. Para lograrlo, este hombre, Bob Hansen. Coexistir con los osos es su ambición de toda la vida. Hace tiempo, trabajando para los parques nacionales, tenía que matarlos para proteger a los turistas. Hasta que abatir osos de más provocó un cambio radical. Su revolución comenzó en los campines.
Hi,
Hi,
Kelly.
Bob. How are
How
you
are ya?
today?
Oh, great.
Good.
Another beautiful fall day.
Absolutely. I saw a bear, it was at the end of August, walking by the front office. Unfortunately, there have been bears destroyed in our community, and it's never a good thing. It's always upsetting. It's tragic. We don't want that to happen again. Maybe we're a bit strict compared to other places they've been, but that's good. We want to keep the bears safe, so.
There's no camp stove, no dishes, no garbage, minimal interest to any bear that walks through here.
Objetivo cero olores. Todo está asegurado, escondido. Hasta los dentífricos, los champús y los lavavajillas, cuyo olor también puede atraer a los osos. Bob nunca ha querido poner multas. Solo quiere informar a los campistas.
Having friendly educational conversations with people, it takes energy, but it's very, very rewarding. Then you could see the light bulb go on and they go, oh, okay, it's all up to me. I can save a bear by just changing the way I camp.
La otra revolución que enseña en Internet es la barrera eléctrica. La Fundación Wildsafe BC subvenciona la instalación para los residentes y las empresas.
They get a very intense, brief experience of electricity.
Para los hoteles supone un alivio.
This is so wonderful not to have to worry about, our team encountering a surprise bear on an evening where they're taking out the recycling or the composting.
Late at night at end
Yeah.
of shift.
That's fantastic, yeah.
También es una solución mágica para los gallineros.
You're obviously maintaining the vegetation well around the fence to ensure it's not growing up. Yeah. Yeah.
En la ciudad, nada se escapa de la vigilancia de Bob.
So it should be clipped at all times. Sorry, Anna. Thanks.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so some of the carts didn't have the carabiners on.
Oh, really?
There's enough residue in the bottom that a bear would probably still take a run at trying to damage the carts. Well, thanks a lot. Just wanted to do a quick check.
Of course, thanks so much. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. You have to just continually work with people and so that they develop those habits and do the right things all the time. Because the bears are always going to be here. They're always going to be looking for opportunities, and it's up to us to do the right things so that we don't tempt those bears into problems.
La vigilancia no suele ser suficiente frente a la inteligencia de los osos. A menudo encuentran la manera de burlar a los humanos.
Because Molly was kind of going crazy when we were down there. We picked up some rocks and started throwing it at him. He just kept coming, ignoring us, and he just walked straight to the truck and just got up on it and looked up at us like, yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna get in there, and just opened the handle just like a human, got inside and started eating the dog food, and then he ran away down the driveway. And he's made it all summer, and he's not causing too many troubles. And now there's apples and lots of berries in the salmon, so hopefully he'll head where he's supposed to go, and it'll be all right.
En Tofino, el número de osos abatidos por las autoridades se ha desplomado. Pero Bob no da la victoria por sentada. 2 osos están reincidiendo estos últimos días. ¿Podrían acabar muertos?
There's always hope that you might be able to turn that bear's behavior around. Those 2 bears have not crossed the line in terms of public safety.
Hay que ir al valle de Belacula, al noroeste de la provincia, para descubrir otro punto de vista sobre nuestra relación con los osos. El Great Bear Rainforest es territorio del pueblo Nuxalk.
Back in 2014, I carried my grandmother's high-ranking name, which is Nunanda. That represents the place where the grizzlies hibernate. We always thought that the bear was our protectors. As young kids, I remember we weren't allowed inside the houses until dinner time, so we'd go out and play in the woods, and we never thought about animals harming us because we were taught very young that the bear was our protectors. They will caretake as long as we caretake for them. Ahiala, ahiala, hey. I feel that colonialism has tainted the bear to be a villain. When they first came, they thought them to be vicious and that they can kill people, and not thinking to where we as Nukalkum members, we believe that they are our brothers, they are our sisters. To the mind frame of a colonial person, it's theirs to take. It's theirs for them only and their time only, not thinking of for the next generation.
Junto con otras primeras naciones, han luchado contra la caza de osos. Una caza de trofeos prohibida por fin en toda la provincia desde 2017. Este guarda forestal se opuso físicamente a los cazadores.
So it was very challenging because they have firearms and we were just like this, no protection. For us to do what we did is just to show our love and respect to these animals that we were protecting. So when I see these guys leave with a smile, it's special to me because in my eyes, hey, I protected that animal from being shot from trophy hunters.
And if you need my attention because, you see something, you have a question, then just let me know. We're going to stay together in a real tight group. If a bear is in front of us, hold still.
Ellie Lamb, guía desde hace 25 años en el valle de Bella Coola, es conocida como la mujer que susurra a los osos pardos. Inspirada en la filosofía de las primeras naciones, ha establecido con los osos una relación íntima excepcional.
Ready? So everybody close together and being really quiet, okay? And I do carry bear spray if there's a problem. Have I had it out? Yes. But I've never needed to use it on the bears that I've encountered in the forest.
Ellie cuestiona la supuesta peligrosidad de los osos, de los que es una defensora incansable e intransigente.
The narrative in our life has been that these animals are a scary animal and want to eat our children. Bears look like they can do harm, and they can. They have big teeth, big claws, big bodies. But they don't. But the officials will kill them because they have the ability to do harm. And that is a poor reason to kill bears. It's a big glacier feature with the kettle pond scraped out by a chunk of ice. There are many bears have pulled and opened it up and put their scent on it, telling other bears or other animals that they live here. It's really not about dominance, it's about just communication. It's like social media of the forest in some ways, really. That's one that's coming. She's coming. She's coming. Okay. That's good that she's not moving too fast. Gotta go down. Good girl. It's okay. Good girl. Good job. It's specific bears, the vulnerable bears mostly, that come into towns where people live. They come in for safety. They're not what we've been taught stomach on legs. They're not animals that only think about one thing, and that's eating. That does not represent bears. A mother bear that comes to town, the reason is to keep her cubs safe, to get away from fires, floods, hunters, big dominant bears that might kill their cubs.
I got eyes on them. Don't worry about the cubs. Keep your eye on the sow.
The bears are not a problem. They're not a safety threat. Firearms marching through our communities and shooting bears that are peacefully coexisting with the public, that is a problem. And that is traumatizing to the public.
Prince George ostenta el récord de osos abatidos, 76 en 2023. Los vídeos publicados en las redes revelan la indignación de la gente.
My husband was dropping off my son to his soccer game, and they saw this bear, and they started recording.
Bear is sleeping in the tree.
They saw the officer coming, and they thought he was going to tranquilize the bear.
But won't the bear fall down?
Yes, once he's drugged, he's gonna fall down.
Oh, the bear's scared. Oh, no, he killed it.
They shot the bear dead, and that was quite devastating for my son witnessing, and later on for us watching what happened.
Se nos negó toda entrevista y seguimiento con un agente de conservación de la naturaleza de Columbia Británica. Pero uno de ellos, ahora jubilado, ha aceptado reunirse con nosotros.
I was a CO here for 22 years. I retired 7 years ago. I've probably dealt with 200 bears or more, black bears. You know, I had to put a sow grizzly and 2 cubs down, and to this day, that's probably something that haunts me the most. Oh, there you go. Oh, you're coming over now for some attention, eh? There was rarely this time of year where I got a day off. You're dealing with hunters and poachers and bear complaints, but it's work. It's a big commitment. Going back 20 years ago, if there was a bear in town, everybody wanted him gone, and it didn't matter what you did with him, just get him out of here. And now, you know, there is a bit of a public sentiment shift. As much as I read often in the media and social media that they're glorified hunters, and conservation officers have a really, really tough job, and it's like they're damned if they do and damned if they don't. They look at all the evidence they have, they look at the behavior, they look at how many complaints they've had, and after a while a decision has to be made to euthanize it, and for public safety purposes.
En Columbia Británica cada año se matan más de 500 osos negros. Las autoridades apenas se ocupan de la prevención y la educación, algo que lamentan estos jubilados.
Well, the bear found another toy last night, so look at this, knocked it over. I didn't even hear him last night. I think certainly the bears can be dangerous. You've got a mom with cubs. You don't want to get between them. But again, if you back away, they will not bother you. Don't bother to phone the conservation officers again, because I don't trust their judgment. I think they're too quick to pull the trigger. They're really not interested in educating people or doing anything. It's just eliminate problems as they see it. Conservation officers, I think conservation by very definition means you preserve and look after. And they're sort of the antithesis of that.
I believe that in the future there'll be less killing of these animals. I do. Otherwise, I wouldn't be motivated to educate people and times educate bears to share spaces together in a peaceful way. They're definitely amazing animals, and all of them, both grizzly and black, and I think that people are really starting to pay attention to that. What a world it is to have them. What a world it wouldn't be to not.